Good to go. Okay, I'm here today with Maxi, and we're not actually going to be looking at a specific technique today, but more conceptual info. And it's some very important conceptual info. It's how you win in collar and elbow. And what that essentially means is we're going to be looking at three different things. The three scores / penalties that you need to keep in mind whenever you're training or whenever you're competing. One is falls, the second one is knee falls, and the third and final one is dog falls. So we're going to start at the top, the most important one, falls, because at the end of the day, that is how you win. That is what you are trying to score, and in a normal match, you're going for best out of 3 falls. Championship matches are more best out of 5. You know, of course, if you want, you can have best first fall, like best out of 1 falls, but typically we're talking best out of 3. So a fall in collar and elbow, I'll just use Maxi as an example here. I need to make him touch the ground with anything above his knee. So the knees themselves do not count. It's anywhere above the knee. If he touches the ground, even for a split second, that's a fall for me. So for example, we're here, we have our grips, and I go for my, so up here on the collar, exactly. I make him step forward with this foot, boom, I go in for my sticking trip, boom, clear fall. He touched the ground above his knees, that's 1 fall on the scorecard for me, best of 3 falls to win. So that's one way to get a fall, make him touch the ground with anything above his knees. The other way, which is less common but equally important, is if either of us breaks our grip at any point. So again, as I always say, collar and elbow is fixed hold wrestling. I have my right hand on the collar, I have my left hand on the sleeve, and vice versa. If either of us, either voluntarily or accidentally, break our grip at any point, that also counts as a fall. So let's say I'm going for an attack, like I'm going for a back heel, an outside trip on Maxi's leg, but I'm getting tired, my grip is a little bit weak, and as I go in, I just happen to release. That's a grip break. It wasn't intentional, but it's a grip break nonetheless. That's a fall for Maxi. So if I break my grip, it's a fall for him. If he breaks his grip, it's a fall for me. So the 2 ways to score a fall. I make him hit the ground anywhere above the knee or grip break. So that's a fall. That's the first and the highest tier of score that you need to keep in mind. Now, the second thing you need to keep in mind is a knee fall. So a knee fall, as the name suggests, means if I make him touch the ground with his knee. So let's say I'm going for a trip. I'm trying to pull him forward and I'm trying to block his foot so that he hits the ground this way. But he catches his balance before I manage to score a full fall, and he just drops his knee to the ground. So I come in, I pull him forward, boom, whoosh, his knee hits the ground. That's not a full fall, because again, a fall is above the knee. But I nonetheless made him touch down with his knee. That's a knee fall. It doesn't score as much as a full fall, so I need to make him hit the ground with his knee 3 times in order to score a full fall. So that's just important to keep in mind from a defense and offensive point of view, because even me as the attacker, if I accidentally touch my knee to the ground while I'm trying to attack him, so again, let's say I'm going for my outside trip, so your right leg is forward, so right leg is forward, yeah, exactly. So I'm stepping in, I'm trying to go for an outside trip, but I slip and this knee touches the ground. Even though I'm the attacker there, my knee touched down. That's a knee fall for Maxi. And if I do that 3 times, it's a full fall for him. So knee falls, again, the name is pretty clear. Knee touches the ground, accidentally or intentionally, in offense or defense, knee fall. You do it 3 times, that's a full fall for your opponent. And then the third and final thing to keep in mind are what's called dog falls. A dog fall is what happens if we hit the ground at the same time and the referee is unable to determine who cleanly hit first. So again, I'm going to use my stick and trip as the example. I make Maxi step forward here. I'm going for my stick and trip like last time, but this time I lose my balance on the way down and we both hit the ground at the same time. There's no clear winner there. That's a dog fall. It doesn't count. Referee stands us back up. We resume our grips and we resume wrestling. So again, as the attacker, it's always important that when you're executing a trip, a throw, whatever, that you cleanly land on top. You don't necessarily have to stay standing per se, but I do at least have to twist and land on top. And as the defender, that's also worth keeping in mind, because if he can twist on the way down, even if I initiated the attack, if he can twist on the way down and land on top, then he gets the fall. So again, we'll use the outside trip as an example. So right leg is forward. I'm going for my outside trip, but Maxi twists me, boom, and lands on top. That's a fall for him. It doesn't matter that he didn't initiate the attack. He salvaged it in midair. I hit the ground first. He clearly landed on top. That's a fall for him. So 3 things to keep in mind for collar and elbow. One is a fall, i.e. I make him hit the ground anywhere above the knee, or we break our grips. Second one are knee falls. Basically, does what it says on the tin. If I make him touch down with his knee 3 times, that counts as a full fall. And then the third and final one, dog falls, we hit the ground at the same time, doesn't count. You got to stand back up and resume wrestling. So always make sure that you twist and you clearly are the one on top. So that's it. Regardless of whether you're just training with friends or competing, those are the rules. That is the framework to adhere to. So try it out. If you have any questions, let me know.